Good morning.
Very good morning to you.
We are in Phantasialand today.
Yeah.
So this is our second park of the trip. And we're looking forward to experiencing some very new rides.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot of coasters in this park. This has got a lot more thrills than Efteling that we were at yesterday. Really loved Efteling, but this is a very, very different park. Weirdest park entrance I've ever come through.
There's a couple of different entrances for this park. I think I'll have a look at the map later, but I think there's 3 different entrances. Possibly.
Yeah, it's sort of all dotted around the car park.
There's a mystery entrance, and there was another car park which I think had a different entrance as well, which I guess sort of spreads people out a little bit more.
Yeah, but so far, very impressive theming.
Yeah, it's incredible theming.
It's all very dramatic. It's quite hilly, so this park, so it looks like they're using the levels quite well. But we're over here. This is a sort of mysterious sort of.
This is Klugheim.
Klugheim, which.
We're going to go and explore Klugheim and hopefully get on Taron in a minute.
Yeah,
it's
Taron.
Due to open at 10, so the park
It's
opens
just
at 9.
started testing by the looks of it.
So this is going to be Taron. Oh, there it is.
I don't know if there's a test seat for it, but we will go and find out.
Yeah. Should we go and head down and go and pre-queue for this?
Yeah, why not?
So this is Taron. Taron is a launch coaster. So Taron has a restriction of 1.3 metres and you need to be 1.4 to ride on the ride. Taron.
Enjoy it?
That's now my favourite roller coaster.
You reckon?
Yeah, I loved that.
It's a great coaster. It's an Intermin Lodge coaster. It's an LSM Lodge. You can hear me from the train whistling around behind you. Really good lengthy layout. I think the second half of that is a lot stronger than the first half.
Yeah.
But with all the scenery, you're in this valley and you're just meandering this valley with lots of really sort of good elements. I don't think there's any inversions on that. I think it's all tight banking. It's all about the launchers, and I think what makes it so good is how close you get to a lot of these near-miss elements through this valley.
Yeah, it's so good. The restraint is fairly similar to Hyperia. The benefit of this one, there was like a box on the seat in front that I was able to put my feet on.
It's what the seats in front were mounted onto, but it did mean you could sort of put your feet on the box and sort of just push yourself back into the seat really well, and then get the lap bar. It's an over-the-head lap bar that comes down, similar to Hyperia.
Yeah, really comfortable, really comfortable restraint. I love those sort of restraints.
Yeah.
There is no test seat, so if you can do Hyperia, you'll be able to do Taron.
Yeah, I think it's quite generous and really comfortable when you sat in it. We had a back row ride, we had a little bit of whipping as we were sort of being pulled through some of the elements, especially in the changing direction, but at no point did I feel like I was getting any sort of there was no head banging, because those bars that are over the head are miles away from you.
Yeah.
And loved it. Great coaster.
Really good. I love that one. I'm looking forward to doing that one again at some point, hopefully today.
Yeah, we should try and get that. Now, we parked up at this end of the park, so maybe once we finish exploring the rest, we'll definitely want to re-ride on this if we can. There are some school trips here today, and it's groups here today. I don't know if these German school holidays have started.
It's the first week of German school holidays as well.
Yeah, so the park will be quite busy. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't film on ride here.
No, and they don't seem to do photos either.
No, so we'll try and get what we can to sort of show you the experience of the ride, but we are limited to off-ride footage today. So but hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the park with us today, even though we can't ride on ride.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is Rake. This is a family boomerang coaster.
Looks like it's indoors.
Yeah, let's have a look. So 1.2 on your own, 1 metre minimum. Rake, so it was a family boomerang.
Yeah.
Vekoma.
It is Vekoma. They're all Vekoma, were they? So the same as Velociraptor at Paulton's Park.
It had a weird restraint.
To be honest, I thought the one in Paulton's had a bit of it had a tight leg bar type restraint.
Well, this one was like a M-shaped restraint over your legs, wasn't it?
Well, no, there was two sections. There was a lap bar, and then there was the leg. There was like on the bottom of it, there was sort of some things to stop you kicking your legs out.
Yeah,
However,
that's what I mean by an M bar.
An M bar, but I think that was more for children than for me because that wasn't even making contact. The problem I was having was I struggled. I had to get my knees in the right position to be able to get the lap bar over my knees.
And actually, I had the same problem as well.
So I had to sort of bend my knees back, which is not really. Really, I like to ride a roller coaster with my legs stretched out in front of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I had the same problem on Velociraptor at Paulton's Park. It was quite tight, and I had to do the same thing by sort of bending my knees back and then trying to sort of wriggle into a comfortable position.
Yeah.
The ride was very smooth.
Yeah, it was very short.
Yeah, it's a family boomerang, but it's a good compliment to Taron that they've got in there, and it does interact a little bit. You probably don't notice it on either coaster, to be honest.
No, not unless they both happen to be going past at the same time.
Yeah,
you wouldn't.
yeah.
So yeah, we are hopefully, I think, going to do the rapids in a minute. These look quite cool.
Yeah. They've got a lot of like indoor bits on this park. I think they've got similar problems to sort of noise and neighbours that Alton Towers have got. So
yeah, so this drop tower here is in a castle.
Yeah, and both the lift hills were covered for the rake boomerang coaster.
Yeah.
So obviously that contains or reduces the noise that spreads to the wider area. So they're quite inventive. Really, really good theming as well in this area, still in this.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wait for this rapid to go by, and then we need to try and find the entrance to it.
These look like really good themed boats as well.
Right, should we go and try and find the entrance?
Is up around the top here.
Okay. I like this sign. On the way to a version of roulette, following may happen. Stay dry, lucky you. You get wet. You get soaked to the skin and beneath. You have been warned. So we've just done River Quest.
Yes.
We got very wet.
Well, top half, not too bad.
My bag particularly. Don't put your bags on the floor. Put them behind you on the seat for that one.
And it was just my right foot, that got completely drenched.
It's a very different rapids that I've ever done before.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, all the rapids that we've ever done, like the ones at Alton Towers and even the ones at Disney, are actually quite old now. Whereas this is a much more newer modern. The conveyor belt systems just seem to be a lot more smooth.
But also, so the raft wasn't like a solid raft, was it? It was like in 3 parts with a big hole in the middle. And actually, the majority of the water was coming through the hole in the middle.
Yeah, it was coming up that sort of middle chamber. There was also some sections to the side. So if you're on it's banks of 3. I think it was 4 banks of 3, was it?
No,
3 banks of 3. And then in between each section, there was like a little segment where water could fill up. And obviously it sloshed around and sloshed over into the footwell area.
But it also went up in a lift.
Yeah. I've never seen that before.
No, that was
I don't know
cool.
if it's just use of space here, but it was quite cool. And then there was
cool.
like a whirlpool effect as well.
Yeah, it was really
shame
well
we couldn't take you
themed.
on. There was actually no seatbelt or no restraint on that as well. It was just seats. They were quite high-backed seats with a bar to hold on to. But,
Yeah. I liked that. It was
yeah,
fun.
I like that. I mean, you always get a bit drenched on the rapids anyway, so it's quite refreshing. It's 30 degrees today or something like that.
27.
So 27 degrees. It's quite muggy as well. So
Really muggy today.
I need to clean my glasses. I've got water all over them.
Yeah, and then we're going to head to another water ride. We're going to head over to Chiapas, I think.
That's in the Mexico type area. Yeah.
This is Chiapas, which we're trying to find the entrance for. But this place is just so well themed. Theming everywhere. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's quite everything's on sort of on top of each other in this park.
It's very compact.
It's very compact, and they're using the space out of the back of one building is in one themed area to a different area, but they've done it really, really well. And there's lots of everything is themed. So we're in the Mexico area at the moment, and all these little shops are sort of Mexico, little like Mexican takeaway places.
Oh, you get wet on that.
Yeah. Should we go and get wet again?
Let's go and get wet. Just been on Chiapas, which is a log flume.
Yeah, really good flume ride.
Really, really good flume ride.
Technically very good as well. There was a couple of different elements that you don't tend to get on traditional flumes.
Yeah, so there's a backwards element as well.
Yeah, there's two turntables. Well, no, there was a turntable.
Yeah.
So a bit like where Frozen Ever After.
Yeah.
It just sort of turned you sideways and then you went backwards. And then there was to turn us back around, we went into a section and then slid across and then went out up another lift hill, basically.
Yeah, it's like a Mayan ruins. Now, getting in and out was a bit odd.
It's quite tight, I think, getting in and out. And obviously it's a traditional type flume where you're sort of one between each other. Although there is seat backs in between each rider, but your legs have sort of got to go.
No, there was sort of a slide down.
And then
bar.
and then there was a slide down bar. I think just to try and sort of make sure you can't get up during the ride.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed
once
that.
I was sat down and was comfortable, it was just getting in and out.
just
It was a little bit awkward. So you have to wait for the person. The person at the front needs to get in and out first before the second person, and then it just seems to take time. And you are on a moving platform as you're getting out.
I think the wettest you get is your feet. There was quite a lot of water in the bottom of our boat.
There was a lot of sloshing around. It's always the slosh of the water. It comes once you've done a drop, it sloshes up the side of the trough and then into the boat, and that's always worse than the actual splashes from the drop. Yeah, really good flume ride, really well themed. Some nice show scenes in there. I don't think there's any story. We'll have to have a look, but there wasn't any obvious story from just doing the ride.
No. So we are going to head to Berlin and go to guest services. So Phantasialand has no access arrangements for people. They've got access arrangements obviously for people in wheelchairs, but for any other access arrangements they have nothing. So we're going to go and buy Quick Pass. The only way of buying Quick Pass, it seems, is to go to guest services in Berlin.
Which is not in actual Berlin, but in the themed area.
Oh
Berlin. Just
which would be fine if the entrance was just through Berlin, but there's multiple entrances into the park.
Yeah.
So we're going to head over there and go and...
We're probably not going to buy the ultimate Quick Pass. We're probably just going to buy a couple of the attractions that we want to. The crowd here today is there's a lot of groups of teenagers, and to be honest, the queues have not been too bad. I think we waited probably 40 minutes for Chiapas, but it was very loud, and we're only here for a day as well, so we want to make sure that we can get the things done that we wanted to get done today. So, like we would do it at Disney Park, if there was something we wanted to do, we'd buy a lightning lane. So we're going to see if we can buy a couple of single shot fast tracks.
Annoyingly, you can't buy one for F.L.Y. The only way of getting F.L.Y. is through the €80 full Quick Pass, or if you're staying on site, you get one F.L.Y. as well. So yeah, we're going to go and see how that works. We're going to head over to Berlin now. So this is similar to Toxicator, so I'm absolutely not doing it. But the effects on this are incredible. we're in the bill-in area now, and guest relations is just here.
It's like a little hut.
Yeah.
He was very nice though.
He was.
Because we told him right, and he said, "Oh, but that one of them didn't have a weight," so he said, "Don't buy that." So that was quite good.
Yeah. We're looking for a pretzel. I'm hoping there'll be a pretzel because we're in Germany.
We're in Germany, in a German land in Germany.
Yeah. But we might do this. What is the Three Musketeers essentially?
Give you some sort of dark ride.
Three Mouseketeers.
Three Musketeers, yeah. Also, this spied something down here.
Oh, it's the carousel.
Yeah, so there's a two-tiered carousel, and he wanted to do one of those all trips. So
I have. Well, hopefully we'll get on that. Yeah, should we head down that way?
Well, should we do the Three Musketeers
Let's
first?
do Three Musketeers first, okay. We got a bit mixed up. We actually wanted to do this mouse au chocolat. So it's got a 0.9 meter minimum, 1.2 to go on your own. It smells like chocolate already.
Yeah, it does smell like chocolate.
It's a dark ride. I don't actually know what it is. I'm guessing
sweet.
It's something to do with mice and chocolate, I think.
Yeah, should cover that.
We'll find
I
out.
quite like mice and chocolate. They're not supposed to eat. But
Chocolate mice can be nice.
yeah. Oh, yeah, there's white ones. This is cool.
That was really good. Mouse au chocolat. It's essentially the same ride system as Toy Story Midway Mania. Obviously, I won. Concentration on my face in the photo. So yeah, that one was really good. You're just shooting icing at the mice that are causing havoc. So right, we are going to find something to eat now.
I'm sulking.
Why? Because you lost again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim was wandering off trying to find. He wants a pretzel. We're trying to find a pretzel.
There is pretzels, but well, shall we have a wander down towards the carousel and see if there's something down there?
Yeah. I do like this chair swing with the water effect. It's really clever, really effective. We're still on the search for something that we want to eat, but also with somewhere to sit as well, because it is lunchtime. So we're heading into Ruckberg now, which is where F.L.Y is. Hopefully there's some food in here. There's a chocolate factory. So this is F.L.Y. F.L.Y is a flying coaster, as the name suggests. It has got a minimum requirement of 1.3, and there is a maximum of 2.05 as well. And you need to be 1.4 and 10 years to go on your own. You're nowhere near that. There is no test seat that we can see out the front. So we are going to just go and queue it and see what happens. Hopefully we might be able to, but the only other flying coaster I've ever tried is Galactica, which I can't do, so, and I'm quite far off of Galactica as well. But I've just had a quick Google, and apparently they've got big boy seats on every seat. So hopefully we might be able to. F.L.Y, Tim.
Yes. It's not Galactica.
No, I mean it's a lot more modern than Galactica, because Galactica was air, wasn't it?
The whole restraint system and the way you board as well, very, very different to Galactica. You actually, the train sort of tips on is like sort of against its wall, so the track is against the wall. It's hard to explain. We tried to get some images, although
I think I've got some.
We couldn't take anything into the load station, so not even. I mean, even Emily's hairband here got taken off her, so we couldn't obviously film in the load station or get any photographs of the restraints. But we'll try our best to pop something in for you to try and sort of show you what I'm thinking.
You were only allowed glasses on a strap as well.
Yeah,
and as we've said before, if you see us in the parks, we've got loads of them. Just come and ask us for one. It also, because you get tipped onto your front quite early for Galactica, and you're sat on your front as you're going up the lift hill. This is a launch, and you sort of get twisted, and then you go straight away, don't you? But so you're not sat on your front for a long time.
You do quite a scene. You, in the sat-up position, you do a lot of the initial sort of like getting you to the right level. And there's some show scene bits as well going on, so it wasn't just a dull corridor or the chewing gum floor, as I call it in Galactica. So it's what a great coaster.
This is a reason to come to this park.
Yes.
This and Taron.
This and Taron are
absolutely
really long coasters as well, like long durations.
Well, I thought we were done halfway round.
And then it's a second launch as well on that.
Going above our heads.
It's phenomenal coaster. Going back to the restraints, there is some sort of leg gizmos for you to get your legs in first.
Yeah, unfortunately, the video showing you how to load was after I had to put my phone away. But essentially, you need to straddle the seat, and then you put your legs in sideways into this clippy thing. It doesn't like the Galactica one comes down on your legs, doesn't it?
The Galactica one on your legs is really uncomfortable as well. I actually had pain in my shins after
But this one I could move my legs around, because actually I ended up with my ankles in it by the end. And then it's a vest restraint, and it only needs one click.
Yeah, so you did get the one click?
Only just. Yeah. Literally just. It was fairly tight, and the team member had to push it.
But they are big, what we call big boy seats. So essentially, they did have about 10 or even 15 click levels. Yeah. Because you can see where the click markings are down the side of the arm of the restraint. But really comfortable actually.
Really comfortable.
I don't think I'd want it to be any longer, because it's not really a natural position to be sat in.
No, because essentially all of your weight is on your chest. So it was starting to get a little bit uncomfortable by the end. I did find a couple of the turns I felt like, I can't really breathe right now, because it was quite tight on my chest.
This is a phenomenal area in regards to the theming and the fact that the track is just interwoven. And actually, when you're on the coaster, you're flying through all this area. With so many near-miss opportunities.
So many. You're just going across the tops of all the roofs and stuff.
And I'm not surprised you're not allowed anything of you, because if anybody dropped anything out, it'd be landing on the public areas. So absolutely understand why they have to have that policy.
Absolutely. The only thing was that the lockers, it got very, very crowded in there.
Yeah, they could have done with being like the Tron lockers, where you were on a corridor, but you ended up having to go to a locker and then come back in yourself, which made it a bit congested.
Yeah, but absolutely fantastic. Such a good coaster.
Yeah, so we're going to head out of this area now, and we're going to go
on the carousel.
We're going on the carousel, and we've got a few fast tracks that we purchased for a couple of the other attractions that we want to go and do. Yeah. So follow us later.
So there is a hotel that links into this area, the Charles Lindbergh Hotel, and those are rooms up there that look directly onto the F.L.Y track. Now that would be quite incredible. That's the hotel there. There's a chocolate shop here, and we did have a sandwich. It was like a freshly made to order sandwich, and took about half an hour.
Well, it was a long time to wait for ordering as well.
Yeah.
And then you had to clean the grill and order.
Oh dear. So yeah, not the quickest place to get food, and when you've not got that much time in the park, probably wasn't the best place. But it was a very nice sandwich. Enjoyed it. Right, carousel. Yeah. We love a carousel.
Double-decker carousel.
Double-decker carousel.
It's always for kids.
It is. This is a lot better than the one I've built for the railway. Hey, you're not supposed to say that.
Oh no, it's perfect.
So we've just been on mouse again, haven't we, Tim?
You mean you just beat me on the mouse too?
Yep, did. And then we had ice cream afterwards, which is just outside the mouse, which was really nice ice cream. We're going to go into the gift shop now. I'm pretty sure this is the only gift shop in the park. I haven't seen any others at all. I haven't seen any of the dragons out. Have you seen any dragons? There's supposed to be one for Victoria, isn't there? Did you want a new park map? Well, there's a Taron t-shirt. It's quite generic. I quite like that one. Looking for pins. Found key rings and magnets. Haven't found any pins yet. They have various sizes of mice.
Like little mouse. Is that the same size?
Yeah, it's the same size. But no, oh, they've got tiny mouse as well. They've got like keyring mice. Lots of mouse stuff. No keyring, not keyrings, no pins that I can find. That gift shop was a bit disappointing.
I don't think merchandise is just part of the scheme. Food and beverage, by any chance, is.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and really reasonably priced.
Everything we've had has been really good. We had a sandwich earlier, that was really good quality.
Yeah, and reasonable prices as well.
So it was quite artisan for theme parks, to be honest, but yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't have any pins, so I have bought a magnet, and I'll just put a magnet on through my banner so that I can stick that up. Legoland didn't do any pins either, did they?
Sorry?
Legoland didn't do pins.
No, they did these weird things and then, yeah.
Oh, the pop badges, yeah. It's starting to drizzle a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to head into Africa.
Black Mamba, which I believe is a B&M invert, similar to Nemesis.
I think it's almost identical to Nemesis. I think it's the same track layout. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, it smells very stormy.
Yeah.
I love that smell.
We've got a couple of other fast tracks on
The Mine Train and then Taron.
Yeah.
To do our rewrite because I love Taron.
Taron is amazing. So F.L.Y and Taron are the reasons to come to this park, I think.
Well, and all the theming.
And the theming.
Okay, this is Black Mamba. It's got 1.4 metre minimum and a 1.95 metre maximum. I have just seen lightning and heard thunder, so I'm hoping we're going to get on this. I haven't found a test seat, but it's the same as Nemesis, so let's go and find out. So we're heading into the Africa area. That big building behind is the hotel again, so they've got access directly into the park from the hotel. And we need to work out what way we are going. Black Mamba says it's here. That's because it's there. Right, how do we use our quick queue? Okay, so Black Mamba, what do you think?
It's very, very similar to Nemesis, possibly a slightly longer layout.
Possibly.
I'll have to have a look at that when we get home or get on front of the screen. But very, very similar into the fact that obviously it's a B&M invert. Restraints probably the older, slightly tighter
yeah, they're
restraint.
closer to Nemesis Inferno. So in terms of the restraint, I did need the double seat belt, and you needed a bit of a push on a single seat belt, didn't you?
So
which is very similar to Nemesis Inferno.
Very, very, very similar to
Nemesis
Nemesis.
Reborn, I can get on a standard seat.
Yeah.
So I've tried to take a photo, but in row 4, seat 2, is an adapted seat, and in row 5, seat 3, it's
I think
an adapted
that
seat.
is the same as, certainly as...
I think it is the same everywhere.
Inferno and possibly Nemesis Reborn as well.
Yeah,
with
it
the
seems to be
with the
standard.
extended seatbelts.
Yeah. I'd rank that above Inferno, but not above Reborn.
I don't know. I think it's as good as.
It
huds the terrain, and it was running. I don't know if it was just running really fast today, or if it naturally runs really fast. But that did. I'd say that was on a par with Nemesis Reborn.
Wow.
As far as the inverts go. I definitely felt the blood rushing to my feet.
Yes, I did. I need to have a drink in a minute.
Yeah, and just the way that it's built into this terrain and the way they've built the theming and the area around this coaster, like they've done with Taron, like they've done with F.L.Y, really does add an extra element to these coasters.
Yeah.
And this one is no different. I think we're struggling to get much off-ride footage for this one because it is so built into the terrain, and actually they're dispatching trains quite slowly.
Yeah, they are.
So, you know, I was waiting for 2 minutes earlier to try and get some passage. I've got a little bit of off-ride footage, but essentially it's very similar to Nemesis or Nemesis Inferno.
Just with an African theme.
Just with an African theme. Theming's really good.
Yeah, really good. The
Really,
station was
really
really good as well.
high detailed theming in the station area as well. And yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a minimum, but if it's not exactly the same as Nemesis Reborn, it's possibly very similar to the Batman attractions in the Six Flags parks.
Oh, right.
So that's the off-the-shelf model, I think. So I think that's possibly what it is, but it might be a custom because of the area that it's been built into. As you see down here, the track is built into the terrain. There you go. So you got some real good sort of leg chopper moments, essentially. It might come round. They've just been so slow at dispatching. Right.
Alright, so we are going to head back to Mexico. And
Yeah,
go on
we've got the
train.
mine train ride, and then back onto Taron, because I definitely want to have a re-ride on Taron. Mm-hmm. And then I think we're going to head, because we've got quite a bit of a drive. Tomorrow is going to be a travel day, really, for us, isn't
Well, we're
it?
going to Atlantica tomorrow, so it's going to be a travel and chill day.
So we've got half of the journey tonight, half the journey tomorrow, because it is probably about 4 hours.
Yeah, so we're just breaking it up so that we can charge the car tonight, mostly. So yeah, we are going to head over to Mexico. That's where we're going. Oh, I've just seen another gift shop. We're going to go there first. Another disappointing gift shop. It was just generic Phantasialand and generic African merch. Oh, there's a little group down here. Okay, we're back in Mexico. This looks like it's mine train. I think it's Colorado Adventure, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, it's a Colorado Adventure, minimum of 1 meter and unaccompanied 1.2 meters. Again, we need to try and find the quick queue. So, Colorado Adventure. We've just done back-to-back rides only because
we
couldn't find the quick queue.
queue. So we went into the main queue, which was only about a 10-minute wait anyway.
Yeah.
And then when we exited, the quick queue is actually in the exit.
Yeah, so you have to go up the exit and then just turn left at the top of the exit.
So we just
first.
basically turned around and went into the quick queue. They've got like a little pen area. And we rode again. And we did a front row and a back row ride.
We did. It's whippy.
Yeah, so it's a Vekoma mine train. So it's actually exactly the same model that Big Thunder Mountain is.
Yeah, so the restraint is the same as Big Thunder.
Yeah, one big bar across the front.
There's no moulded seats, it's just a flat seat. And one big bar. The only one that was different was we rode in the front, and there was a bar that came up between the two of us in the front, wasn't there?
And unlike in Big Thunder Mountain, you can actually ride in the zero car, which is there is 2 seats in the front car in the
That's the
train
one that
bit,
we were riding in
which is
with
the
the-
one we rode
with the-
in the front. And it did have an extra bar, sort of the centre bar, but and then the back was really whippy.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
A lot faster than Big Thunder Mountain. There was quite a long section in the dark as well.
Yeah, and I think also because unlike Big Thunder Mountain, it's not built on a mountain, it's actually supported, so you're actually quite high up at a lot of points, and you can actually see, the drop to the ground, so it does add a little bit more thrill to it. So yeah, I'd say just a whippier version of Big Thunder Mountain. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. Really good.
nice theming.
Really
Again,
good
it's
theming.
good interactions with the log flume, chapas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, really good.
good ride.
Right, we are going to do our last ride. We're going to do Taron one last time, and I think we'll probably find somewhere to sit down and do a bit of a day review.
Yeah, which might be on the car, it might be if we can find somewhere to sit, but we're going to have a look.
So we're back in the car because it's very muggy and we wanted some air conditioning, somewhere cool to sit.
Yes.
I've had a really good day.
Yes, so I mean, it's an amazing park, Phantasialand.
The theming here is next level. It is like Diagon Alley at Universal everywhere.
Yes.
Even down to like the sinks in the toilets.
Yeah, I mean, like the one was like a massive trough, the other one was a bucket. It's they've whatever they've tiled the walls with, it's not generic at all. Everything is themed, and even the queues. A lot of the queues are highly themed.
Yeah.
Even in spaces that people possibly don't notice.
No. Everything is exceptionally themed.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So we were a bit limited on when we could come because of my university dates. So this was the only week really that we could come because of uni. And I hadn't checked the German school holidays.
Well, I think that there was a usual mixture. We're midweek, so there's groups. There was a lot of like young people groups, teenage groups. There was a lot of families. It was busy. I think whilst this park has got fantastic theming to as I say, Diagon Alley, Universal, Avatar style sort of area theming, what it is missing is I think there's a bit of service element. There's not. I didn't see a lot of cast members or team members around in the generic guest areas of the park.
No. So like we were struggling for 2 of the rides actually to find the quick queue.
And there was
There was
nobody.
no one
There's
to
no
ask.
greeter on the ride entrance to sort of ask where to go. And to be honest, I didn't even see people like custodials or
No, I
anybody,
didn't see
just
any litter
anybody
pickers.
litter picking.
There was quite a lot of litter on the floor as well.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing is it's quite a condensed park. They've got some unique challenges. Phantasialand. They're in a town area essentially, so a lot of the lands have been built up, so they're sort of kettles of sound into the area.
Yeah.
So you've got this very dense. It's quite a dense theme park. So there's not that parkland. There's not a lot of relaxed space. Any benches that we could see were being taken straight away because of how busy it was.
Yeah.
The other thing is, whilst it is peak season, we paid, I think, like £25 for our tickets.
Yeah, and they're still on sale.
They're
'Cause
on
I
a
was on the
special
website
offer,
earlier trying to
which-
look at something, which is probably why it's so busy.
Yeah, so they really are packing the crowds into this park, which...
But then they're not trying to sell the quick queue, so,
Yeah,
which I
it's-
don't really understand. Why have a quick queue that's a premium, but then not really
Well, it's
sell
not
it?
particularly accessible. You have to go to guest services
In Berlin.
which is like the main entrance area for the park to buy it. The app's not really great. It doesn't really updo with the queue times very
No.
well.
It thought I wasn't in the park a few times, so it wouldn't give me the queue times.
I don't know if that's because we've not got local mobiles or what, but it was just not. You can't buy the quick queue on the ride.
No, you get a physical ticket.
on the thing. You
like
have to go and buy
paper ticket for
buy a
it.
physical ticket. I just think, for me, it's better than any UK park. It's better than Alton Towers.
100%.
Yeah. And if this was in the UK, it's certainly, or if this was closer to home, it would be a park I'd want to come back to and want to explore, because I think
We didn't do that much.
we didn't do great deal. We did all the big hitters. We did Taron.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the attractions in a second. But there was a lot more that we could have done. There was a lot more of this
loads.
park to explore.
So much to explore, so many flats as well. We didn't really do anything of those. We didn't go into that kids area at all.
I think we hinted the merch scene's not brilliant here. Not really like things like the pins and everything was a bit generic.
And not really that many ride photos either. I was
No.
expecting, because you're not allowed to film on ride, I was expecting them to try and be selling you photos.
Right, photos, yeah.
But even like Taron, I don't think F.L.Y had a photo either, did it?
No, I don't know. I
don't think it
couldn't see
did.
it. I mean, anyway, if there was, it's not obvious enough that we
No,
noticed
because
it.
I was planning, because we couldn't film on rides, I was planning on buying like a photo pass for the day.
And there just didn't seem to be the opportunity to do
No,
so.
they don't do a photo
No.
pass. You can buy individual photos for the few that do it. but
It's
not
like
many.
€5, most of them.
Yeah.
The food scene, I think, is really good in this park. I think, again, if you're
And
local,
affordable as well.
you could get an ice cream. I think it was like
$3.40 for two.
No, I think it was less.
balls?
No,
For
no,
two scoops?
For 2 scoops, it was $3.40. For 1 scoop, it was just over €2. And it was really good quality, like
it was
artisan style
lovely.
ice cream. The sandwich that we had was sort of lovely bread, lovely,
beautiful. And it was freshly made.
Freshly made. Very slow service, but I think that's just due to the number of people that got in the park. I would love to come back to this park and experience it at a little bit of a quieter time of year, and maybe it might be a very much different atmosphere.
Yeah, and I think that was significantly impacted today because they don't have any access.
Yeah.
If there was some sort of accessibility, I do not want to be skipping queues. That's not what I want to do. What we did yesterday at Baron, for me, was absolutely perfect. We sat on a bench in a quiet area and waited for the length of the queue and then went in. That sort of thing is fine.
I
But
think-
some of these queues were quite loud with all those teenagers.
I think actually it wasn't the length of the queue that was a problem for you, because we did it was the noise,
It's the
and
noise.
there was quite a lot of teenage boys will be teenage boys, but pushing, shoving, shouting, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Not
they were
aggressive,
getting in my
not aggressive at
personal
all.
space.
They were just. I think teenagers are just not as aware of personal space as adults are, and those who were with families, I think, is definitely very much of a different sort of. It would have been a different atmosphere. So most of the queues are actually quite good.
Yeah, they're really well themed and they're really good queues.
And
was
to be honest,
just
there was nothing. I mean, the longest queue we waited in today, we
F.L.Y.
waited for F.L.Y, and we were about 50 minutes, I think.
But that was quite a good queue. That wasn't Cattle Penny.
No.
So it wasn't like a big room that got really noisy. Chapas was probably the worst one.
Chapas was a big cattle pen, although
it was hot
although it
in
was
there as
themed.
well.
It was themed so you couldn't really see it was a cattle pen, but it was still a cattle pen. But it was just, again, it was loud. It was the music's very loud as well.
Not Thought Park level loud.
Not Thought Park level loud, but still very loud in the queue areas. And it's all. And the other thing I think that sort of makes the queues slightly less bearable, especially the sort of is very intense music. And the ride, some of the around the F.L.Y area. that was very intense music just in that area while I was waiting for sandwiches. It was sort of quite high,
and as Tim
high
said,
tempo.
there wasn't really anywhere quiet. Like, particularly at Disney, I've got my benches that I can go and I can decompress.
And we just came from Efteling, which is the most beautiful spread out park.
And plenty of decompression.
Lots of decompression, whereas this is very much the opposite. This is tightly packed. Everything's on multiple levels. I don't know how many flights of stairs we've walked up today.
So we've not done as many steps as I thought we had done. Oh, that's on the wrong setting. We've done just over 10,000 steps, which I feel like we've done an awful lot more of that, but it's because we've done so many stairs.
There's lots of levels, lots of hills. I don't know if this was. I need to look how Phantasialand was built. It's certainly built into a deep valley or into a quarry. Maybe I'm not too sure how they've managed, unless they've dug down for the rides. But yeah, there's lots of. It's very very sort of multi-terrain, lots of stairs. I don't know how easy this would be if you were a wheelchair user.
I think it would be quite difficult. There's lots of ramps.
There's lots of ramps and there's lifts around.
Out the way.
But like us trying to find the quick queue entrance, I think if you were in a wheelchair, you'd probably spend all day trying to look for where the accessible paths are.
I think so. Genuinely, I think you would. And I don't know what you have to do to access the rides either, because I didn't see any lifts up to any of the rides. I don't know if you did.
I don't know. There is a disability scheme for people with mobility issues.
You have to go to guest services and sign a waiver form.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, but I didn't see any wheelchair users getting onto rides at all, and I didn't see a way for wheelchair users to get to the rides.
Yeah. Likewise, I didn't see a lot of buggies. I didn't see a lot of wheelchairs. I didn't see a lot of scooters.
There weren't that many families here today. It was mostly groups of teenagers.
Yeah. However,
I've had an amazing day.
Amazing day. Taron and F.L.Y are the two outstanding attractions. World-class attractions, world-class coasters. Hyper themed. The whole park's hyper themed, but definitely a reason to come to this park. I think if you are going to come to it, probably do some research, have a look at when public holidays in Germany are, school holidays in Germany. It might be one of those parks that actually is a nicer atmosphere at weekends, because you get more families at a weekend, whereas in the weekdays you get these groups of, say today we've had a lot of groups of teenagers who are just loud and excited, and we were all there one day. We know what it's like. But I think actually at a weekend it would be. I think so. And I didn't mind paying a few pounds for a few quick queues today, because we'd spent so little on the tickets, to be honest. For a theme park of the quality that Phantasialand is, I'd expected to be paying £40 or £50 to get in. So to pay £25 was not really, that wasn't bad. But I think, again, it draws a different crowd in when they've got cheaper tickets. Not to be that person to say.
No, but it does. Well, we've had a great time.
Yeah.
And we are now going to head halfway down towards Europa Park.
Yeah. So we've got about 216 kilometres to drive.
It looks like it's almost exactly 2 hours, it says.
To about Frankfurt.
We're going to Darmstadt.
You're going to butcher that?
Yeah, we're going just past Frankfurt. and then we've got about 2 hours again tomorrow morning, and we're going to Rolantica tomorrow. So there will be a video from Rolantica.
Yeah, which is the water park at Europa Park.
Yeah.
We're also, when we get to Europa, we are staying on site.
Yeah, we're staying at Hotel Colosso.
Yeah, it's a Roman Italian themed hotel.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. Tonight, unfortunately, we're in a B&B hotel, but they're nice enough normally.
As long as it's nicer than the Ibis last night.
Oh, the Ibis was awful.
It shouldn't have been labelled as an Ibis, it should have been an Ibis budget.
That's for another story.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the content, please do like. There'll be loads of content. No POVs, unfortunately, from this one. No. Emily going to do some accessible guides for a lot of the attractions that we've done. We are a bit limited on this one with what we can do. We've tried to get as much off-ride footage as we can.
Yeah.
But hope you enjoy it, like it, and do follow us along on our next destination.
Yeah, and if you're interested in booking a theme park holiday, make sure you get in touch with the Guide to the Magic at the Tim Potter Travel Company.
Yeah, perfect. We'd love to help you plan your theme park holidays or road trips, or however you wish to explore your next park.
We'll see you soon.
Cheerio.
Bye.